And welcome on in to a special edition of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, joined by Occupancy beside me, Nick down below. We are going to go over tomorrow's brunch slate. So these will be the 4 early games that will go on before Getting Wild with Terry and Friends comes on. The 2 5 o'clock p.m. games will cover on tomorrow's show. But let's jump right into it here. Chicago plus 205 is in Minnesota minus 245, a total of 6 in this game. I'll bring up the stats here. Chicago 2-3-1 in their last 6 games, 6 over, 1 under. 1 game went to overtime. The Wild 3-1-1 in their last 5, 6 over, 1 under. 1 landed on 6. In their last 8, 2 out of 5 went to overtime. Chicago 11-15-4 on the road. Minnesota 18-7-1 at home. The Wild 4-0-1 in their last 5 at home versus Chicago. 3 over, 2 under. 4 of 5 went to overtime. So for some reason, when these two teams face each other, they tend to be close games. The Wild come out ahead. Goals for, the Wild have a huge advantage. Goals against, pretty even here. Penalty kill, pretty even. Power play, slight advantage for the Hawks on the road here. It will be Lankinen versus Talbot. Talbot has won 3 starts in a row. His numbers are starting to improve here. Kevin Lankinen, 885 save percentage, 3.6 goals against. He's allowed 4+ goals in 6 straight starts. He won 1 of them. Chicago won 8-5. And the other games were all losses. Minnesota has beat Chicago 5-0, 5-1, and 4-3 already this year. I think this is a Wild spot. I think the Wild are going to come out here angry, looking to beat this Chicago team, looking to keep the momentum that they got from the last win there against Boston. I'm going to be on the Wild race to 4 goals, which is not yet available at my book. It'll be available probably around 2 in the morning Eastern time. So I will be up, ready to bet it at that time to get the best number. But if you can take it now, Wild race to 4 would be where I would go. Lankinen lets in 4 goals a game, and the Wild are averaging 4 goals per game at home. So that's what I like, the Wild race to 4, and I'll probably be on some Wild props as well. Occupancy, what do you think here, Blackhawks and Wild?
Yeah, Chicago has been outshot in its last 3 games, 73-107. And Minnesota is outshooting its opponents in the last 3 games, 100-79. So the problem the Blackhawks have is that they have way less chances to get the puck in the net. And to win hockey games, you need to get the puck in the net. So what I like is the Minnesota Wild parlayed with the over 6. I think at plus 157, you could make an argument that this could be the outcome of the game. Chicago is what it is, and Minnesota Wild are a good hockey team, and this is the way I would be looking.
All right. Nick, Blackhawks, Wild, what do you think here?
Yeah, this is the only play I've locked in for tomorrow already. I took the puck line here because I think this line's only going to get wider here for the Minnesota Wild. We're finally seeing them start to play a little bit better. They've won the expected goal battle in 4 of their last 5 games. The only one they didn't was that 5-2 loss or 6-2 loss to Nashville. Chicago's offense, their expected goal numbers suck. They haven't had more than 3 expected goals in 8 straight games. And even though they have put up at least 3 expected goals in 6 of their last 7, they shouldn't be. I'm expecting massive scoring regression negatively for these Chicago Blackhawks. I'd actually be leaning towards maybe looking at Chicago Blackhawks team total under in this game as well. Last time we saw them also play an earlier game, they did get shut out against Jordan Binnington and the St. Louis Blues. So I think this is a spot here where I can see this being 4-1, 3-1 Wild, something along those lines. I like the puck line here for the Wild. Even money, -1.5. That's the only thing I've bet so far tomorrow.
Awesome. Yes, as Alan says, Hagel got traded to Tampa Bay.
Oh boy, that's looking like the third line they had a couple years ago with
couple
Gaudreau and
prospects
Gord.
Yeah, a bunch of picks. So he won't be in the lineup tomorrow. Fleury is also, as I said, it is Lankinen confirmed. Fleury will not be playing tomorrow. He could be on his way out of Chicago.
I was going to say, was this the last time we've seen him in a Blackhawks uniform?
It could be. Next up is Dallas in New York facing the Islanders. -105 for Dallas, -115 for the Islanders. A total of 5.5 in this one. The Stars 1-3 in their last 4, 2 over, 2 under. The Islanders 4-0-1 in their last 5, starting to play pretty good hockey. 4 over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. Dallas 13-15-2 on the road. Islanders 14-12-4 at home. The Islanders 5-2 in their last 7 at home versus Dallas. 6 over, 1 under. The interesting thing as well, when these two teams face, it hasn't been like slight overs. It's been like 7-2, 6-4, 5-3. Like it's been high scoring games. And the winner has scored 7, 6, 5 goals. So they've been scoring a lot of goals, which is surprising between these two teams. Dallas, pretty bad goals for on the road. Islanders, a bit better at home. Islanders have the advantage here, goals for and penalty kill. Pretty even power play. Jake Ottinger is projected here. I have unconfirmed for the Islanders because they have been flip-flopping their goalies the last 5-6 games. It says Sorokin is projected, but they have been flip-flopping goalies, so it could be Varlamov. It would be his turn. For me here, as of right now, nothing. But this Islanders team, they've been playing pretty well. So I may have to look at something to do with the Islanders here. I think they get this win here. Occupancy, Stars and Isles. What do you think here?
Yeah, should be a good game. In the last 3 games, Dallas outshot its opponents 103-100, and the Isles have been outshot 89-104. With that said, I don't like this spot for either team, to be straight up. But at the same time, Dallas had a lot of trouble in Montreal. Look, I'm not going to take anything away from Dallas Stars fans. I'm friends with some, and I like the team, actually. I do. I think Joe Pavelski's a leader. I like Robertson's play, and Ottinger has honestly impressed me this year. But there's something going on in the Islanders organization that I didn't want to believe in the last week or two. I wanted to ignore it and make money from the false belief. And I ended up losing money doing that. Because the Islanders are here to win hockey games. And they weren't selling a week ago. They weren't selling a month ago. And they're not selling tomorrow. So it's a fair price for the Islanders money line at -115. It's a fair price for the Islanders in regulation at +125. And I could see a 4-1 game, and correct score 4-1 is +1400. It's one of those things where if you know the team, you know how to bet this game. I don't know, Nick. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think I said this after they lost 5-4 to the Colorado Avalanche. After I saw the way they came back in that third period, I looked at this New York Islanders team and I saw their upcoming schedule. I'm like, this team's a bet on team. And since I've mentioned that, they won 6-0 versus Columbus, 5-2 versus Winnipeg, 4-3 versus Anaheim. They got a point in a game that they tied up with a couple minutes left against Washington, lost in overtime, and they just played Islanders hockey and beat a really good Rangers team. So I think this is an Islanders team that's a bet on team at the moment. I want to be on their money line tomorrow. Here they've been scoring goals as of late. They've scored at least 3 goals in 5 of their last 6 games. We're seeing Dallas give up goals. They've given up at least 3 in 6 of their last 7. And offensively, the Islanders have at least 3 expected goals in 4 of their last 6. I mean, this is a team that's producing a decent amount of chances compared to what we usually see from the Islanders. And this is a team that I have this weird feeling that, yeah, they're not making the playoffs or anything like that, but Lou Lamoriello is going to go out and buy somebody. I don't know what it is, but he's going to go out and he's going to get a player rather than sell, because I think this is his last year as the GM, so he's not going to sell in his last year here. So I have a feeling that they may go out and get another player, and that's the crazy thing. I think the Islanders, this is a team that's a bet-on team going forward for a little bit here, because I think they're a team that's prepared and playing defensive good Islanders hockey, or they're playing Islander hockey, and they're 100% healthy. When you look at their injury list, there's nobody listed right now, which, knock on wood, probably somebody's going to get hurt tomorrow now that I said that. But this Islanders team, they're fully healthy right now, and they're playing good hockey. I'm going to look to back them there. Islanders minus 115, I think, is a very reasonable price.
All right. So, yeah, I'll be on the Islanders in some shape or form. So the 3 of us are liking the Wild. The 3 of us are liking the Islanders. Let's see what happens in the next game. New Jersey, plus 185, are in Edmonton, minus 225. A total of 6.5 in this one. The Devils 3-3 in their last 6 games, 3 over, 3 under. 2 out of 6 went to overtime. The Oilers, they've won 4 in a row, 3 over, 1 under. The Devils 8-20-2 on the road. Edmonton 18-12-0 at home. The Oilers 4-1 in their last 5 at home versus the Devils, 2 over, 3 under. Goals for, advantage Oilers. Goals against, advantage Oilers. Power play, advantage Oilers. Penalty kill, advantage Devils. It's projected to be Nico Doss versus Koskinen. Nico Doss has been kind of rough as of late. He got off to a pretty good start with the Devils, but it's been pretty rough for him as of late. I'm not on anything in this game as of right now. If I had to bet anything, I might look at the Devils team total, because I do think Koskinen will let up a few goals. I may also look at props for this game, and I would not talk anybody off the over 6.5. I do think we get some goals. Occupancy, Devils, Oilers. What do you think here?
Yeah, Edmonton's out shooting its opponents 117-95 in the last 3, and Jersey is out shooting their opponents 108-105. So they're both playing offensive hockey. Even though the Devils have not come out with wins in their last few games, they're still they're making chances towards the net. You got to be really careful with Edmonton from a betting perspective. They are a team where you blindly bet them to win on the money line, kind of night in and night out. And you can have a lot of success doing that. And they're a type of team that there is no point to look the other way when they're doing well. But you need to kind of know when to step away for a second. And this could be a spot where that happens because of 4-game winning streak. They have kind of just been sitting at home. These teams are coming in and they're just playing really high-level hockey, and it's great for them, and I love that. But when you're looking at value on the card, if you think Jersey, and sorry if I missed this, is this the end of the road trip, or do they continue on?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I can get that up in just a second. This is their last game on the road trip. Their next game is against the Rangers on the 22nd.
Yeah. So like that's a little bit of a like look what Anaheim did to the Rangers on their last game of their road trip. They put up a fight and got it to overtime. So with value on that, the Devils plus 1.5 could also be a fair play. Got to see who's starting in net. But Edmonton's playing good hockey, and I will go back to them next week for sure. But this could be a spot where, yeah, like they're like, oh, okay, they're pretty happy with the 8 points in the last 4 games. Can't get better than that. And then like, just a little regression and, lose, start another win streak. It's kind of talking, teams don't win 6, 7, 8 games in a row all that much. I mean, it's not that realistic here. But yeah, that's my view on this game.
All right. Nick, Devils and Oilers, what do you think here?
Yeah, I do like this Oilers team a little bit here, and I do think they're going to go on a little bit of a run. The only thing I really had written down for this game is Oilers team total over with a question mark. And the real reason behind that is I don't care who's in net for New Jersey. Their goaltending situation sucks until they get Blackwood back, and he wasn't even that good this year. This is a offensive-minded hockey team with the New Jersey Devils that do give up a lot of goals, so I would lean towards an over in this game. I need to see what a line is for this one. I like the Oilers team total more than anything in this game. Maybe look towards that, and it's 3.5 around -150. So it is a little juicy. If you guys don't mind laying chalk a little bit there, I don't mind it. That's the only thing I really had circled for this game, though.
All right. So goals. We see goals. Let's get some goals in this game. Hopefully, this isn't the game that we all think goes over, and then it's 0-0 into the third. That would be devastating, but we'll see. The last game we'll be talking about tonight, the Kings plus 120 are going to Vegas -140 in this one. Let me get the stats here. Vegas coming off a win. They broke their losing streak on their first game home here. Now they're back home again. The Kings 5-2-1 in their last 8 games, 1 over, 6 under. Vegas 1-5 in their last 6, 4 straight overs. LA 18-8-5 on the road. Vegas 17-13-3 at home. Vegas 3-1-1 in the last 5 at home versus LA. 3 over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. Goals for, advantage here for Vegas. Goals against, advantage for LA. Power play, slight advantage for power play and penalty kill for Vegas here. All 3 meetings this year between these two teams have gone over 6.5, 4-3, 6-3, and 6-2 finals. It's projected to be quick versus Brossois in this one. My lean is to the over. The issue with that, though, is Vegas. It looks like Jack Eichel got hurt, and he will likely not be playing tomorrow. So Vegas is extremely shorthanded in the offense department. LA has been trending under, so it scares me for the over as we could possibly see a low-scoring game. But these two teams have gone over when they faced each other lately. So there's that. Sidewise, it would be LA for me. I think they're playing better right now. Yes, Vegas got a win. They broke their losing streak, but I don't think they do 2 in a row just with the roster they have right now. So LA money line will be a bet that I'll be making tomorrow. Occupancy, Kings and Golden Knights. What do you think here?
Yeah, on paper, this should be a great hockey game. Right now, I'm looking at the NHL injury report, and a few key players are listed to be expected out until at least March 19th. So does that mean they're they're playing
They
tomorrow,
could
they're
be back
not.
tomorrow.
Right. So this is one of those things where even if we get 2 or 3 of those players back, even one or two, like really, then I will be with Terry and whoever else on the Los Angeles Kings money line. If they don't, though, this is an interesting spot for Vegas then. But instead of trying to predict the future, we'll see what the injury report comes out and some starters and see if the lines move or anything. But I think plus 120 is a pretty good deal for the Kings. And who knows? I mean, this could even come closer to a pick 'em, right? Not a full pick 'em, but like the lines could move if those guys are announced in. So I'll add Los Angeles to just like a fun parlay right now that I run based on like what we all say and stuff. And then like for like serious unit betting, we'll see what the injury report says.
All right. Nick, Kings and Golden Knights. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean that way too as well. This is a Kings team that I've really liked this entire season, it feels like. I've been backing them a lot, and they've made me some decent money. I think they're one of the best profitable teams in the league. I believe they're number 1 in the league. If you've bet them every single game this season, they're the most profitable bet on team in the NHL right now. So hence why I've been on them so often this year. They've been a really good team. They've been exceeding expectations. And I think I've been saying this for a while. I think this is a team that if they get a draw like Edmonton, they can take that series in 5 games in the playoffs. Like this is a Kings team fully healthy. I think it's a very good team. So yeah, I'm going to lean towards the LA Kings in this spot here to take care of business against a Vegas team that is a little bit on a slippery slope right now. So I'm going to side with the Kings on the road here at plus 120. I don't know if I'm going to get around to betting it or not yet. I need to take a look at a few more things, but that would be my lean in this game.
All right. Looks like the 3 of us are pretty much in agreement on all 4 games here.
That's boring.
Yeah, well, hey, if we're all right, then we just made everybody a ton of money. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow afternoon. That is the 4 games that we'll be covering tonight. Make sure to check out Getting Wild with Terry and Friends tomorrow for 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll go over the rest of the slate. Best of luck to everybody on your bets tonight. Best of luck tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Let's go wild. Have a good one, guys.